You can make so much money if you have Headhunter rep in Pyro. So in this video, I want to show you how much you can make with salvage contracts. We're not going to salvage the ships. We're just going to loot their cargo and see how much we can make. If we go to my Moby here and go to my rep and we take a look at Headhunters here, on the right hand side, you can see I have surpassed the contractor and I'm senior contractor now. Now, once you hit this level, you will get a bunch of contracts. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But once you go to salvage, you can pick up this mission, which will spawn a bunch of cargo ships that you can loot for a lot of cargo. So I'm going to track this. If you're wondering, how did I level up everything? Well, I basically just did a bunch of mercenary missions. For Headhunters, you also need to do an intro mission. But then you just grind away. It is quite a grind. But you can grind these missions and you can also grind salvage missions where you just quickly fly to the ship and then you kill them. But this video is not about grinding rep. I'll make a separate video about just that to choose what's the best missions. Let's go see how much cargo we can get and what we can make. Grinding a rep is really the hardest part. I spent a whole day, maybe 8 hours grinding it just to get to this point. So very difficult, but it's probably worth it. Just do it slowly, otherwise you'll probably burn out. I shouldn't have done it in one day, but I'm really hoping it's worth it. For my ship, I'm just going to use my Star-Lancer Max because it has a lot of cargo. So we should be able to pick up quite a few boxes. We're finally at our destination. Here you can see the scrap is a C2 and a hammerhead. Let's quickly give them a scan. I managed to scan the C2 here. For cargo, you can see there's a lot of scrap, 207. Processed food 79, and then iron 30 SEUs, and then finally 26 SEUs of gold. And let's take a look at the hammerhead. For the hammerhead, we get 6 processed food, 6 scrap, and 4 gold. So nothing too crazy. The main thing that we're gonna loot is the C2 here. This will give us the most amount of cargo. I'm just gonna park my ship sideways here so that we can load everything. We are on a timer, about 30 minutes thereabout, before reinforcements arrive. So we need to be quite fast, but we're only going to loot the gold and the scrap, I believe, since it's the most valuable thing. Here's the switch on the C2. Now this is Pyro, so expect trouble when you're out and about. You're never safe in Pyro. So if you lose it, you lose it, but it's still a very good find. Here's our first box of scrap that we're going to be taking. I want to fit the gold first, but I'm just going to prepare so long to take all the scrap. They are quite big boxes, so we will need to try and fit them into the ship. Quite a lot though. The gold we want to take first and try and load it. This is our first box of gold. You also get smaller boxes. We'll probably also want to load that. Eventually you will get iron. You do not want to loot this, it's kind of worthless. Sure, you can get a little bit of money for it, but overall not really that good. You can also find processed food in here. Processed food doesn't go for that much, but there's quite a bit of it, so you probably can profit from it. But I'm only here for the scrap and the gold. I think I managed to find all the gold. Let me just see if I can fit this in the back of the Star-Lancer Max here so that we can load the rest. Managed to fit perfectly on the one side here. The gold is the most valuable thing, but we can probably squeeze in a couple more boxes here, plus on the sides. You can see there's a lot of scrap boxes. You wouldn't think that scrap can sell for quite a bit, but if you have a lot of it, you can make quite a decent amount. One box is about 30 plus thousand, so quite a bit of money. Here we go, we're on the side. I wonder, can we fit 2 boxes of these because the sides are quite long. It's difficult to get in sometimes, but you need to maneuver it. There we go, managed to get it. I think I can fit another one. So the Star-Lancer Max is very good. It's not a raft, but it also has a little bit more shielding than a raft, right? So a little bit better for Pyro, I guess. I think scrap also sells for quite a bit in Pyro. It's the best sell location is scrap in Pyro. So definitely a thing to take note of as well. Pyro is the best location to sell scrap. Managed to snap the second one, so 2 can fit on the sides. That's probably 60,000, maybe a little bit more right there. I think there's 2 more big boxes left, and then we need to pick up all the smaller ones. Here is the last big box of 32 SEUs. Now this won't be able to fit on our grid. I'm just going to throw it in the middle here. and hope it fits. There we go, perfect. We should be able to fit the rest in here. The little boxes I'm just going to stack here on the side. Don't want to box them in too much since sometimes it's difficult to get out of the ship. Also managed to find an 8 SEU of scrap here. Just want to leave some room for myself. Here's our last box of scrap, just a 2 SEU. But we've got quite a few. Let's go sell everything. But before we do that, we just quickly need to farm all of the rep. You can see our box is quite full. But we do need to destroy the ships so that we can farm rep. We still want to farm our Headhunter rep because in the future, once you gain a little bit more, there's even better missions than this. All closed up. I'm quickly going to destroy the C2 and then we can take care of the hammerhead as well. There we go. Completed. We will gain a bunch of rep from that. I don't even need to destroy the hammerhead. Unfortunately, the hammerhead didn't have a lot of cargo like we scanned previously. You can see it only has 4 STUs of gold, so not really worth the time, but still very good find. If we use SE trade tools here, you can see the best place to sell scrap is endgame in Pyro, so I'm quickly going to head over there and sell everything. It is quite far away, it's 8 minutes of traveling, but probably well worth it. Before we go sell at endgame, I did pick up the mission at Bloom. I forgot to mention it, so that's why the QT is 8 minutes long. We're finally at the station. Quite difficult to see here, very smoky and cloudy. But I'll try my best to land and then we can unload. Looks like all of our cargo is here. I am going to unload the gold as well, even though I'm not going to sell it here. I don't want the ship to store and then these boxes get stuck to the grid. There is a bug right now, but if you store the ship with cargo on it, it will get stuck to the grid. So never store it. There we go. Managed to put all of our boxes on the cargo grid. Let's send it down and then we can go sell. Seems like everything transferred successfully. Let's go to the selling terminal. If you don't know where to sell, I'll quickly show you. All that you need to do here is follow the shop signs. You mostly just want to run straight forward and you'll see here administration. You just want to go forward and eventually you should see a bunch of terminals that you can use. Not the cleanest, but still usable. So you can just say use. Now we can select the station. Here you can see is all our scrap. Max it out. 107. For this, we're going to make 387,000, which is a decent amount of money. We haven't even sold our gold yet. We're going to have to go to a different location for that. I just put it on the cargo elevator so it doesn't get stuck if the ship automatically stores. Luckily, our ship is still here. I'm going to load the cargo on the grid and then we'll head off. You can see here the best place to sell gold is Rat's Nest in Pyro. You can get a little bit more in Stanton, but you get basically 6,000 per SEU, very good. I just selected Pyro here and said only Pyro to get the location, but SE Trade Tools a very good tool. Luckily, we don't have a lot of gold to load. Before we go to our next sell location, remember to refuel right. It's quite a trip probably. I'm going to spend 4,300 just on fuel, so definitely a very empty tank. Seems like we should have sold our gold first since it's 8 minutes back as well. So we should have gone to Red's Nest and then to endgame. Next time I'll remember that. But in reality, it doesn't really matter. We would have made our way back to Bloom anyways. So Red's Nest is just along the way. We're finally here. I'm gonna land and then we can see how much we can make. On SE Trade Tools, it only says that they take 16 SEU boxes. But I'm hoping that they can take the 24. We'll see. Here we go. Everything on grid. Let's lower it and go sell. To get to the selling terminal, it's basically the same. Just follow the shop signs again. And then once at the entrance, you can just run forward. Managed to make it to the terminal here. You can see that we can only sell 2 SEUs of it, unfortunately, because they don't take the 24. So I'm going to sell the 12th one. So we still got 24 SEUs left, but we can't sell the 24 SEU boxes. If we go back to SU Trade Tools here, you can see nowhere in Pyro can we sell that, so it will have to be in Stanton. I'll probably just stack the boxes and then make my way over to Stanton eventually. So if we were to go to Stanton and sell the 24 SEUs, we probably could have made 150k extra but I'm not going to go do it right now since I want to farm my Headhunter rep a little bit more. So just in Pyro, we made 399,000, but if we add the gold that we can go sell in Stanton, we would have made 550,000 thereabout. So pretty decent for an hour worth of work. There's definitely better ways to make money out there. I'll definitely show them in the upcoming weeks. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, then you can subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video.